one final Saturday. That was all that was left until college football's one-of-a-kind postseason is set, with unique bowl games around the nation leading up to the fourth edition of the college football playoff. Oklahoma, Clemson, Miami, Auburn, Georgia and Wisconsin entered their conference title games knowing they should make the Final Four with a win, while Ohio State harbored hopes it could still cause havoc, and Alabama watched it all nervously from a distance. Below, you'll find our Sunday morning projections for all 39 bowl games leading up to the college football playoff national championship in Atlanta on Jan. 8, along with the finalized matchups. In bold, 3 teams, UTSA, Buffalo and Western Michigan, reached the 6-win threshold but were not selected for a bowl game. R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, New Orleans, 1 p.m. ESPN, Sun Belt vs. CUSA, prediction, Troy vs. Southern Mississippi, matchup, Troy vs. North Texas, Auto Nation Cure Bowl, Orlando, FLA, 2:30 p.m. CBSSN, AAC vs. Sun Belt, prediction, Louisiana Tech vs. Georgia State, matchup, Western Kentucky vs. Georgia State, Las Vegas Bowl, Las Vegas, 3:30 p.m. ABC, MWC vs. Pac-12, prediction, Boise State vs. Arizona, matchup, Boise State vs. Oregon, Gildan New Mexico Bowl, Albuquerque, 4:30 p.m. ESPN, CUSA vs. MWC, prediction, UTSA vs. Utah State, matchup, Marshall vs. Colorado State, Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, Montgomery, Alla, 8 p.m. ESPN, MAC vs. Sun Belt, prediction, Akron vs. Arkansas State, matchup, Middle Tennessee vs. Arkansas State, Cherubim Tar Cherry Boca Raton Bowl, Boca Raton, FLA, 7 p.m. ESPN, AAC vs. CUSA, prediction, SMU vs. Florida Atlantic, matchup, Akron vs. Florida Atlantic, Frisco Bowl, Frisco, Texas, 8 p.m. ESPN, AAC vs. CUSA, MAC, MWC, BYU, prediction, Houston vs. San Diego State, matchup, SMU vs. Louisiana Tech, Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl, the St. Petersburg, FLA, 8 p.m. ESPN, CUSA vs. AAC, prediction, Marshall vs. Temple, matchup, Florida International vs. Temple, famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Boise, 4 p.m. ESPN, MAC vs. MWC, prediction, Northern Illinois vs. Colorado State, matchup, Central Michigan vs. Wyoming, Birmingham Bowl, Birmingham, Alla, 12 p.m. ESPN, AAC vs. SEC, prediction, Memphis vs. Duke, matchup, USF vs. Texas Tech, Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, Fort Worth, Texas, 3:30 p.m. ESPN, Army vs. CUSA, prediction, Army vs. Western Kentucky, matchup, Army vs. San Diego State, Dollar General Bowl, Mobile, Alla, 7 p.m. ESPN, MAC vs. Sun Belt, prediction, Toledo vs. Appalachian State, matchup, Toledo vs. Appalachian State, Hawaii Bowl, Honolulu, 8:30 p.m. ESPN, AAC vs. MWC, prediction, Navy vs. Fresno State, matchup, Houston vs. Fresno State, Heart of Dallas Bowl, Dallas, 1:30 p.m. ESPN, Big 12 vs. Big Ten prediction. Texas Tech vs. North Texas. Matchup. West Virginia vs. Utah. Quick Lane Bowl. Detroit. 5:15 p.m. ESPN. ACC vs. Big Ten prediction. Virginia vs. Central Michigan. Matchup. Duke vs. Northern Illinois. Cactus Bowl. Phoenix. 9 p.m. ESPN. Big 12 vs. Pac-12 prediction. Kansas State vs. Oregon. Matchup. Kansas State vs. UCLA. Walk-Ons Independence Bowl. Shreveport. La. 1:30 p.m. ESPN. ACC vs. SEC prediction. Florida International vs. UCLA. Matchup. Florida State vs. Southern Miss. New Era Pinstripe Bowl. New York.